there's room for growth and improvement. We're not ready to stop yet and congratulate ourselves on a job fully done, but just tremendous progress. It's really just incomprehensible how much things have changed for people with disabilities over the past 35 years. I think we've got to speak very plainly and transparently about the epidemic of workplace discrimination that we still have in our society. We know that about half of all American workers who have been employed at some point in the last 20 years say that they feel they've been discriminated against in the workplace on the basis of their disability. This is half of everyone who's had employment experiences. This is way too much. It's an abomination. It's a national disgrace. And we need to do a better job of preventing discrimination before it occurs, just like the virus that it is. We've got to find out what the symptoms are, what are its inhibitive and protective factors, what allows it to flourish, if you will, and spread. How do we detect it and inoculate people against it, but also how do we treat it when it happens? How do we redress it? People with disabilities are very reticent to file complaints of workplace discrimination, even when they experience them. Only 2% of American workers with disabilities have ever made a formal allegation about workplace discrimination, yet 50% say they've been subjected to discrimination in the workplace. That's an attitudinal problem, it's a knowledge problem, and we need to do a better job to reduce the percentage of people who experience discrimination on the basis of disability in the workplace from 50%, frankly, to 0%. That's our next major frontier, I think, is looking at what's really going on in the workplace. All the information about the national labor shortage and employers' willingness to accommodate, hire, and retain people with disabilities. And to some extent, there's been some growth, but the rate of labor force participation among people with disabilities is exactly what it was 20 years ago, or it's just about the same, 40% compared to 77% in the general population. Not good enough. And to the extent that workplace discrimination is the number one reason that people with disabilities cite for not engaging in the workforce, it's just sort of straight logic that we've got a lot of work to do in that area as well.